Well, I want to get more on this story now because I'm joined by Pavel from Washington, D.C. He is the director of Scowcroft Center on International Security, on the International Security Atlantic Council, and it's lovely to have you with us. And of course, police offered little in the way of detail on basically the plot itself or indeed their evidence, but just drawing on your experience, why would Canada be targeted and why now?
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Why Canada? I think the clear issue is just that they're a very close ally, obviously, as well as a neighbor of the United States, and they're a core part of the West, which al-Qaeda ideology directly despises. Now, I'm speculating, but it's possible they also might have thought that the U.S.-Canada border was a soft target, and so the plan was to blow up and derail a train from Toronto to the United States. I think what they might not have banked on was that there's very close cooperation between the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the U.S. FBI, and that certainly was the case on this 8-month-long investigation, and undoubtedly on others as well.
And of course, Canadian authorities they didn't say a great deal about the planned time frame of this alleged attack, but they did say it was in the planning stage. I guess that means it wasn't imminent.
Yes, that's my understanding as well, and certainly we'll know more as each hour and day unfolds. But my understanding was that it came out on this day because the authorities must have decided they have enough evidence, they have enough information, they have enough intelligence that they can prosecute a strong case in court against the suspects, but that the plot hadn't gotten so far that it posed an imminent danger to Canadian or allied citizens. My understanding is it was in the planning stages and that they were surveilling trains, and that was enough. Obviously, there's more evidence to go, and there's even more potential raids, as your correspondent said, but that's what we know as of this moment.
And of course, we also heard that the two suspects received what the Canadian police called direction and guidance from al-Qaeda elements living in Iran, but no evidence to suggest that there was any government involvement in all of this. What does this suggest to you? What is your analysis of that? Because, of course, Iran and al-Qaeda are not traditional allies.
Yeah, you have that right. I mean, al-Qaeda espouses a radically anti-Shia ideology. We do know that there have been certain elements of al-Qaeda in Iran. It's sort of been a look the other way type of situation over the years. They sort of tolerate each other when needed. And so I'm not surprised that it's not a state-sponsored activity by Iran, but certainly I don't think Iran wants this kind of trouble in light of everything else it's facing. And so those elements will have to be dealt with one way or the other, if indeed it is tracked back to al-Qaeda elements in Iran itself.
All right, well, thank you very much. It was good to get your take on this. Pavel from Washington, D.C., director of the Scowcroft Center on International Security Atlantic Council. Well, I want to get more now.